to the channel. I'm back with another video, man, and today I want to talk about having this trucking lifestyle while trying to maintain good health, right? The thing about trucking, particularly depending on the job that you're doing in trucking, if you're doing something like OTR or regional or even local, but definitely OTR, that could be a struggle to find that balance, just due to the fact, for obvious reasons, you're on the road all the time, away from home. So, very often it leads to you stopping at truck stops, buying the snacks, the chips, all the processed foods, and all of that stuff is bad for you for the most part. Very high in sodium, which is really what inspired me to make this video, because I want to talk about that. I want to talk about high blood pressure. So health is something that we don't really talk about a whole lot, at least not on YouTube, when it comes to trucking, right? Like dealing with some of those issues. And I think that topic needs to be talked about a lot more. And it'd be nice to have, more transparency around that that topic, because I think it's important. And it's just, the harsh realities that we face out here as truck drivers and just having this type of lifestyle. And today, man, I really wanted to share with you guys my experience that I had when it was a couple Saturdays ago. So I was at the recreation center, me and my wife. I actually created some content that day too, but we were walking, and on our way home we decided to stop by Publix, do a little grocery shopping. And while I was in Publix, I'm actually at Publix right now, by the way, about to grab something for my wife. But while we were in Publix, I decided to take my blood pressure. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been in Publix before. They have those blood pressure machines in there. So, sometimes I'll just sit down and take my blood pressure. So this is one of those days where I decided to do that. So I, sit down. They ask you a few questions before you're able to take your blood pressure. And so I did that, and got my numbers extremely high, right? It was like 150 over 80 something. So it was super high. And when I saw that, I'm like, that's crazy. Now when I go to the doctor or whatever, I get blood work done. Typically, they'll take your blood pressure, and my blood pressure is somewhere around, normally it's somewhere around, the 130 mark on the systolic pressure, which is that top number, and that is still in that hypertension stage, right? That's still relatively high. The bottom number, the diastolic number, is usually somewhere around 80. So still, you know, kind of high numbers. When I seen that 150 number, I'm like, I gotta get my blood pressure now, man. Like, that's crazy. Like, my numbers have never been that high before. And so a lot of that, most of that has to do with, you know, my diet and the things that I eat, right? And I wanted to make this video, you know, just to be transparent, because I think that's what, you know, helps people, right? And, you know, a lot of people can resonate with that because they may be struggling with some of the same things. So, you know, I read that the recommended limit for sodium intake is around 2,300 milligrams per day, right? But in the US, it said Americans consume about 3,400 milligrams per day on average. So that's a lot of sodium that we're consuming on a daily basis. And, you know, some of you guys may not realize this, but almost everything that we eat and even drink has sodium in there, right? I mean, if you look at, I got this car in front of me getting ready to back out, so the headlights popped up on me. But if you turn the product around and you look at the nutritional facts on some of the stuff that you either drink, like sodas, for example, and even what you eat, you'll find that most of the stuff that you consume has sodium in it. I know a lot of truck drivers, like, you know, sunflower seeds. And by the way, I was in the store this morning. I was just curious to see, I don't eat sunflower seeds, but I was just curious to see how much sodium was in a bag of sunflower seeds. Over 6,000 milligrams of sodium in a bag of sunflower seeds. Insane. It was like, I don't know, 200 or 300 and some percent over the daily value. That's almost 3 times as much as the average of what you should be getting per day. Insane. But that's one of those things that's high in sodium. You know, beef jerky. You know, a lot of people like those ramen top noodles. You know, all of that stuff, even if you know, eat it in the pack, or, you know, sometimes they have those cups, what the ramen top noodles come in. All of that stuff is high in sodium, man. So now, man, I've really been very intentional about, you know, label checking. So now, you know, I turn over packages and products just to check those nutritional facts, to see how much sodium is in some of the stuff that I'm eating. And, you know, I've just been very conscious and very aware of how much sodium I'm consuming on a daily basis. So, you know, I heard a doctor say we should have around 1,500. You know, if you're someone who's in that hypertension stage already, you should have around 1,500. Again, like I mentioned earlier, the recommended limit is around 2,300. But if you're already in that hypertension stage, you know, you should have a little bit lower than that, or a little bit less sodium than that. So yeah, man, I've been trying to do that. I actually just checked my blood pressure before I came here, and it was like 127 over 79. So, you know, it's coming down, and I want to be able to lower it naturally, right? Just organically. So when I got off this morning, I stopped by Publix, because we got a Publix right down the street from my house. So this is really why I shop. And I bought me some beetroot, because, you know, now I've just been searching, doing a lot of research on different things to help lower your blood pressure. Obviously, exercise is one. And I hit the gym twice a week, right? But it's mainly, I'm doing weight training. I rarely do cardio. You know, I look at weight training as my cardio. But now, you know, I'm going to start doing a little bit more cardio, a little bit more running, things of that nature. Just doing a lot of things to help maximize my results. So, you know, trying to eat better is one, exercising is another one. And then one that I wasn't aware of to help lower your blood pressure, which is something else that I struggle with, that's getting enough rest. I had no idea that rest, the lack of rest or the lack of sleep can contribute to high blood pressure. So, you know, that's something that I struggle with, not because I don't have the time, but because I don't prioritize sleep. You know, I get off work pretty early, and when I get home, I'm watching TV, I'm creating content, I'm watching YouTube videos. So, you know, if I'm being honest, I just don't prioritize sleep. And on top of that, you know, I'm an early riser. I always have been. So I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, and I've always been that way. You know, I'm talking about on my off days. I already wake up early on the days that I work, around 1 o'clock in the morning. But even on my off days, I wake up around 4:30. I never been the person to sleep in the bed all day or for long periods of time. Like I said, this goes all the way back since, you know, I was in high school. I just always been an early riser. But yeah, so getting enough sleep is something I have to do a better job at. You know, my wife always try to tell me, babe, you need to go get some sleep, you need to go get some rest. But, you know, I just be up. So I gotta really be intentional about getting an adequate amount of sleep. And then something else that can cause high blood pressure is being overweight. So, you know, in the trucking industry, obesity is a huge issue, right? And so, you know, it's just a lot of things that you have to just pay attention to, man. You know, you got to take care of your body, you got to take care of your health if you want to be around for, you know, a long period of time. And so I just wanted to make this video, man, because I think you know, people need to hear this. And I think it's, you know, it can help somebody out there, because again, I feel like there's somebody watching this video right now that's struggling with maintaining a healthy blood pressure level. You know, a normal range should be somewhere around, you know, 120 on your systolic number. That's the top number. And then 80 or below on your diastolic number. So, you know, those are the numbers that you should try to, you know, get to if you're not there, or at least, you know, close to those numbers, right? My wife bought me a blood pressure device last year. I rarely use it. I actually got it with me right here just to show you guys. I kind of brought it with me to show you what it looks like. But this little thing right here, this is a blood pressure monitor. She bought this from Walgreens. You can buy it from Walgreens. You probably can get one from Amazon, something similar. But, you know, it has the little strap to go around your arm right here. And so now I've been using it, you know, a little bit more, right? Just to kind of stay on top of my numbers. So it was on my dresser just collecting dust, but now I've been putting it to work a little bit more. And so, yeah, man, trucking and maintaining good health and wellness is so important. You know, we all want to stick around as long as we can, and, you know, certain things we can control, certain things are out of our control. But a lot of the illnesses that we have are definitely related to, you know, what we consume. And, you know, if you consuming a lot of stuff that isn't healthy, eventually, you know, that's going to catch up with you at some point. So, you know, you got to try to keep that stuff under control. Fast food, highly processed food, you know, all that stuff has a lot of sodium, excuse me, in it. So yeah, man, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Oh, real quick, I just got back in the car, by the way. I wanted to say this because I was talking about, you know, trying to get my blood pressure down naturally. They do have medication, pills that help you get, you know, your blood pressure down. I'm pretty sure, you know, there's probably some people watching this video right now who may be on blood pressure medication. And that does help as well. But, you know, I'm trying to get my blood pressure down naturally so I don't have to take the pills. But if you do have high blood pressure, definitely talk to your physician and try to get that prescribed if you are someone who has a very consistent high blood pressure. You may want to, you know, consult your physician on that. But another thing I mentioned was beetroot juice. So like I said earlier, I have been doing, you know, research on different things that can help lower your blood pressure, and beetroot juice is definitely something that I've been seeing that, you know, can help lower your blood pressure. I will tell you guys, it is not good. I made a beetroot juice quote unquote smoothie earlier, and it was tough to take down. But, you know, I know some of the benefits that it can have, and so, you know, I took it down like a champ. But it was tough. But yeah, I just wanted to chime back in and say that real quick. Again, health is important, and when when you're doing something like trucking, it can be very challenging to live a healthy lifestyle. And it's really something that, you know, you have to be first educated and just have that awareness of, you know, what you're eating and just what you're consuming, what you're putting in your body. That's first and foremost. So as you guys can tell by the video, man, it's getting dark out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. And yeah, hopefully this helps somebody, man. Hopefully this helps somebody. But I'm gonna get ready to get out of here, guys. Listen, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking with me, supporting the channel. Nothing but love, man. I really appreciate you guys. Hopefully you continue to do so. If you're watching this for the first time, hopefully you get some value from this content. And check out some of my other videos, man. All right, guys, look, until the next video, I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace.